and sanatorium. Right, good evening everybody and welcome to our recognition Zoom for period 4. I'm going to start by sharing the PowerPoint while we're waiting on others to join us. I remember to tag everybody, so hopefully it's the sunshine or something lovely that's keeping them away. Right, we'll just wait till the can you see that yet? Because I can't see the Zoom camera. Unless I've just this is when the Zoom likes to play up, isn't it? When it's a busy start again. Share screen. Try again. Share. Let me know if it shows up now.
That's it.
Yep. You see it? Camera's not catching up, but it will. I'm not going to put anybody on mute because we don't have any background noise, but we would quite like some background noise for recognising people as we go through the recognition. But what I was going to start with, but I don't see my PowerPoint there, so I'm waiting on Zoom to catch up at my end. Can you guys see it?
Can see your recognition with the rhino image on it.
Yeah, all that mine's just went to grey screen. Mine's just went to grey screen, which possibly means that it's thinking about crashing. This is why I have to edit them sometimes. Let's start again, share screen. I could see it like I can see it now. Yes, but then it turned, the whole screen just turned grey. Let's go back because there was something I wanted to talk about this just while we're waiting on a few people who might join us. I better worry that that 8:30 is in their heads. But what he's thinking of the new catalogue, I know we've only seen the front cover, but I think we generally get the idea that we're going to have lots of lovely new products. We're going to have the full PDF next Friday. Hopefully we might get some product reviews. Hint to Michael, because sometimes it just needs a wee hint that I'll remind myself to some product reviews between now and next Friday. But it's 32 pages, over 40 new products, and I'm excited about this because I think this is going to be including the personalised and stuff like that, which is exciting news. So we're going to be doing the recognition for period 4. Normally on a Friday, we do an opportunity presentation. Tonight, I thought I'd just mix up a bit. For those who may be tuned in, either now or later on the YouTube playlist, I'm going to do some testimonials at the end. Rather than do the opportunity presentation, we'll get testimonials from whoever wants to share their testimonials, but I'll bring lots of lovely little faces up and you can share it, or you can just get me to share it for you. So 18 recognition for period 4. And first of all, we've got the 18 top 10 retailers for period 4. And you make a noise, but make sure it's not louder than me, which can be quite difficult sometimes. I do talk loud, but we want to hear it for the video. Amanda and Nigel Oliver, Tom and Kate Forbes, Peter Savage, Fiona Waddingham, Louise Rennick, Janet Lyle and Steve Rees, Owen Smith, Mary Stewart, Kevin and Lisa Wright, and Frank Devine. So well done, you
Well done, guys.
Not only we use guys, I'm not going to go through them, I'll just do it like that. You were also in the top 50 of the Viva MK top retailers for last period. So give yourselves a huge round of applause for that. Well done, everybody. That's fantastic achievement, and hopefully we'll get some testimonials at the end. And now we're going to Viva MK Star. And we have Raymond Whitaker, Clive and Dorothy Britton, and Deb Bennett. Well done, everybody. Well done, Debs. I put an S on the end, Debs. You're now Debs with me. And now we go up to Viva MK star 500. And we have, and these are not in any particular order, and many people at star 500 and star are kind of edging towards the next level. So we have Alan and Anne Pleasant, Alois Tata, Jonathan Farmer and Megan Mennell. Forgot to put Megan's there. Apologise, Megan. John and Jane Renton, Jeff and Jenny Bell, Claire Mayer, Janet and Leslie Downey, Michael Burney and Tracy Hanson. Well done, everybody. It's 500s, and I know that a lot of you were round about the 800 mark. And next we go up to our Viva MK stars 1000. Janet Lyle and Steve Rees, Peter Savage, Fiona Waddingham, Frank Devine, Kevin and Lisa Wright, Mary Stewart, Joanne Lamb and Owen Smith. So well done, guys. Fantastic achievement. My clap really loud. Viva, it's decided to freeze. Viva MK stars 2000. And we have Amanda and Nigel Oliver. Well done, guys. We'll hear for you at the end, hopefully. Oops, I thought I had another name in there. I've missed out. Go back one. Sue Baines. I put her down in another section, but she's got team. It actually should be in there. I'll amend this. And now we go on to our Viva MK Stars 3000, Louise Rennick. Well done, Louise. Phenomenal achievement. We'll hear from Louise at the end. Oh, my phone's pinging. I've probably missed somebody out. I did try my hardest. Sorry, I'll look at that at the end. Congratulations to our Viva MK Stars 4000, Andy and Claire Stevenson and Jim and Jane White. Well done. And we go on to our Viva MK premiers. The lovely Tom, oh, no Tom, sorry Tom. No, it's lovely though. Sorry, Tom and the lovely Kate Forbes.
Thank you very much.
I'll make them laugh. I need to check this in Kate because I'm paranoid I've missed something out. We were yep, sorry, I've made a massive error. This is how quickly, because we go back and edit it. I made a mistake. Where's my Viva MK Stars 2000? I cannot leave this undone. I want a big round of applause. And I'm really sorry. It's because in this occasion, I made a mistake. Because I didn't add on your wonderful team sales. I had a wee blonde moment. So we'll open at this slide. And say star 2000, Amanda and Nigel Oliver, and Janet Lyle and Steve Rees. Well done, guys. Sincere apologies about that. This will probably not be edited out, but at least you know we can fix it straight away. Didn't add Jeff and Steve's and Janet's and the team's sales together. And double recognition for Louise Rennick at star 3000. And double recognition for Andy Square and Jim and Jane White. And we'll go back to our premiere because I'll hopefully edit this a little bit. Our premiers at Viva MK Premier, Tom and Kate Forbes. Well done, everybody. Achievements. Now let's see what the next wee slide is. Right, what I thought I would do tonight is to just do the testimonials. This hopefully you can show to prospects. You can edit it and just show the testimonials. Now I'm going to go by people who are on tonight who want to do a testimonial because everybody's achieved fantastic success. So I meet some of the team who are at Viva MK Star 500. Did anybody notice if Trisha's on tonight?
Trisha sends her apologies, Lynn. She wasn't able to come on tonight. She's
Right.
out and about and she's got no charge on her phone, so she apologies.
Right, no, because she's normally here. I'm glad that
She
she's
normally is, yep.
I'm glad she's okay. She works full-time as a senior clerical assistant with Inverclyde Council, and she works her Viva MK business around a full-time job. James, his background is in hotel work, and as you can imagine, there's not been much of that during the lockdown, so he's gradually growing his Viva MK customer base. Here we have Viva MK Star 1000s. We have Kevin and Lisa. They work the Viva MK around the photography business. I'm not going to tell you about Jeff because he's here, so hopefully he'll just give us a short testimonial. And Claire runs her own ironing business, but she is wanting to replace this with a full-time Viva MK income, so she's going towards that. Jeff, do you want to tell folk your name, your background, when you joined, why you joined, and what you've achieved? Are you there, Jeff? Because I only see a blank screen for Jeff. If he's gone off, we can catch him at the end. Sometimes, as you know, Zoom kicks us out. So we'll go back to Jeff at the end. Let's go back. Now we're going on to Viva MK Star 1000. And I think all of these guys were in the top 10. So hopefully we'll hear a little bit from all. Frank, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me now? No?
Yes, I
Yes.
can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Mhm.
Yep.
You like me to do a testimonial?
Yep, just, yep, name, background, when, why, and what.
Yeah. Right. Well, as Lynn said, my name's Frank Devine. I run this alongside my other business. So I'm still doing Viva MK very part-time. But this period, once again, I always try to target the 1,000 and just scraped by and got in there this period. So yeah, it's great. Work your own hours to suit yourself and make money from it. And with the summer catalogue, it's there now. The outdoor catalogue, plenty of orders coming in. I'm certainly getting loads of orders from it, so I reckon everybody else will be as well.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Frank. Well done. We've been in the top 10. Where's Fiona?
Yeah, I'm here.
I like to find, I don't know what happens when it's on video, but I see you. I like to be able to see you. Are you? Good stuff.
Yeah, I work the business around my 3 children. I started when I was pregnant with my eldest, who's just turned 16. And it's been fantastic because the flexibility has enabled me just to put their needs first. And 2 of them have quite extreme needs, resulting in them not really being able to attend school a lot of the time. So it's been really important that I could be at home, but also that I could bring some money into the family. Spent quite a lot of time as a single parent. So it was good for my own mental health and pride to be able to still be earning around all the issues we were facing. And as the boys have got older, we've been able to expand the business further. And currently we're just working our way up the ladder.
Excellent. Well done, Fiona. What did you turn over this period, period 4? What were your sales?
Just over 1,600.
£1,600 around our 3 boys. And just very quickly, how did you achieve that?
Just mainly catalogues.
Mainly catalogues, blanket dropping, and still
we've done a lot of blanket dropping. Last week we picked up 15 new customers.
Excellent. Frank, I forgot to ask you that question. How did you achieve your sales? Thanks. First of all, thanks, Fiona. That was excellent. Excellent.
Well, probably very much the same. About 600-700 they probably came from a customer base, which is always regular and steady every period. And I reckon, in fact, I probably had the highest for my online orders that I've had in a good long while. It would actually be more. I've actually got £200 orders sitting for the Starburst pennants. So as soon as they come in on Tuesday, they'll get ordered as well. Yeah. So it's been a good combination, but the online stuff's been very good this period as well.
Excellent. I just say I think that's spring pet. I keep wanting to call it spring summer. The pet.
Yeah,
and
same here.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done. Thanks, Frank. I'm looking for Mary. Are you with us, Mary? I seen you there a minute ago. No, it was I thought it was his orange red hat. Where's Mary? Is Mary gone? There she is. Mary, can you hear us? She maybe needs to ask. This one's where I've got to ask to unmute. Ask to unmute. Right, she'll see that link. Hopefully we'll hear from Mary at the end. We'll just move on. I'm just going to go through people who are here tonight. Owen, you can tell your wee story at the end, because Owen at the end is going to be doing his Connect 4 to see how everybody got on there. He's going to do his testimonial at the end, as well as a couple other wee things that he's going to share with us. But what I will point out is Owen only started middle of last year, and regularly retails £1,500 to £2,000 every 4 weeks. He can share his story. Amanda Nigel, VMK star 3000.
Hello.
Hiya.
I was on mute.
Take it off guard. I usually forewarn you, don't I?
Yeah, you
Just your name in the back. You don't have to read that. Just your name, your background, and a little bit about what you've achieved in that.
Right. Okay. We're Nigel and Amanda. We've been doing this business, Viva MK, for the last
Since it started.
since it started back up. We've regularly achieved 2,000, and not normally we can get up to like the 3,000 mark, and we do it part-time because I work for Hermes as well, but Nigel does all the legwork. He does all the catalogues and preparing the catalogues and getting them in and out. I myself do or taking out all the orders and deal with online. So yeah, that's us.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you for sharing that. Well done. Going to now we have Janet and Steve. Let's find you guys. Viva MK, there. I would say they can tell what your achievement is yourself.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Janet said that I'm going to be doing the talking, which makes a bit of a change, doesn't it? No, I came into the business, really. I was a professional engineer, and I just wanted more out of life, and I wanted to retire early. As you can see, I've got a boat on the Norfolk Broads, and I wanted to use it more. But I didn't want to be told when I could use it and when I couldn't use it. And although I was on a very good salary, it was really tying my hours down. So I came into the business really so that I could use my own time, earn my own money, and use it to my own good. And that's what we've done really for the last 21 years. We turn it on when we want it, we turn it off when we want it, and we earn what we like out of it. And that's all it is to it.
Excellent. Thanks very much for sharing. And now we're going on to the lovely Louise. Louise, you're right in my camera eye, so you can't get out of it. You're on mute. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good period actually, and I think I'll have to say about 85% of my sales have been the garden and outdoor book. And probably, well, best-selling item has definitely been the yellow flowers. They've just been flying out the door, so really successful period actually. Yeah, been really good.
Personal sales were
1,600.
excellent. And I forgot again with Janet and Steve. I forgot to ask how they got their sales, but they can shout out. But how did you get your sales this period?
Well, I put that wee post up yesterday actually for my own benefit, because I wanted to sit and work out where how the dog came in from, because I had more eBay sales this period than I've ever had before.
Excellent.
And I thought it was, and obviously I launched my website as well this period, so it was quite interesting to see that the eBay sales was like £150, and so was my website sales were the same sort of value, and the rest, so 1,300 then, all came from my group, the whole lot.
Facebook selling group for those who want you.
Yeah, and the website sales were mainly off Instagram.
Excellent. That's good to know.
Actually,
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's been good.
Your background as a business childminder, but we're interested in your story there, because I like the mix of the fact that it was still all online, but we've got the mix of the eBay, the Instagram used on your website, and the Facebook. The majority of them coming for your Facebook shop, which, for the benefit of anybody watching this for the first time, it does take time to build and grow a Facebook shop group to the level that Louise and many of our team have, and many of our team have, but it does eventually, you will eventually get there if you do the consistent activities. There might be time to sneak in a wee question to get Louise to do a wee training for us soon on the online side. Janet and Steve, curious, because you had last period off, but your sales for last period, you want to just quickly share where they came from?
Well, I was going to say, this last period, like you say, we did have rather a lot of time off, but it was
3 weeks.
It was £1,488.
Phenomenal. And just quickly, where did these sales come from for the benefit of anybody watching? We've got catalogue and online mixture so far. What's yours came from?
Catalogues and doorstep demos.
Excellent. That's a new one for the
Oh,
mix.
and we got a few from WhatsApp, and we got a few telephone orders. And the thing is, Janet's got such a good repertoire with her customers that even without a catalogue, they phone us up and say, "Oh, can you put us down for something else? Can you put us down for something else?" So once you've established a good customer base and you've got a good repertoire with your customers, and they know your telephone number and you know theirs, you can get an order even without a catalogue, even without doing any work.
Absolutely.
The first week, we didn't have any catalogues out at all, but I put an order in for £700.
No catalogues, no nothing, 700 quid's worth of orders, purely on people phoning us. That ain't bad, is it?
It ain't bad. Was that some doorstep demos or just phone calls?
They just phone us.
Yeah, they were phoning us, but I was also delivering the orders, so I was getting doorstep demos as well.
No, it's a bit of both. Excellent. So that's an awkward.
I didn't think that was bad for a week without any catalogues.
Okay, that's a real mix. We're putting everything in the mix tonight, isn't it? That's why I'm glad I'm remembering, even if I have to go back to ask people. I don't think Wee Jane's on tonight. She normally is, but I do understand Friday, 8 o'clock, we've had the sunshine. We may look at, as I think a few of you did say to me, that as the summer comes in, we may make it slightly later on the summer nights, so that we can get more people to join this amazing recognition. But Jane was a bank manager before she came into this type of business, and it was started with Clean Easy. Jim was an HGV driver, and they wanted just basically to replace Jim's income initially. Laterally, they wanted to replace both incomes, and now it's just a really exceptionally good pension. Their best income is just over £950 for a 4-week period, and that's a combination of retail and team building. And many of Jane's team, I will say, I can confidently say, is they do online, but this will be the majority of that will be catalogues. And if you've joined us, Jane, I'm going to thump you for making you do that. She just entered, and she might want to add some. She's thinking it's 8:30. Kate, you're next.
Hi. Hello. We're Tom and Kate
Never see
Forbes.
your face.
Sorry, my light's coming and going again. I don't know why it sometimes happens. My background was as a scientific officer in the NHS in the blood transfusion department. Very, very stressful, on call 7 days a week sometimes. Tom worked the opposite end of the day to me in financial services, and we realised that if we were going to have a family in any kind of life, we would need to do something to change the situation we were in. So we started, along with lots of other people on tonight, we started Clean Easy in 1999, and you know, we really wanted to spend a bit of time together. Fast forward in a few years, we were both full-time in Clean Easy, up until the point where Clean Easy unfortunately came to an abrupt end. But during that time, we had our son Callum, and he's 16 now. Really, it's all he's ever known me to do, certainly. We've done other bits and bobs in between times, waiting for Viva to get started. But basically, we've been full-time parents for our son, which is just priceless, really. It's still fantastic, you know, if we have to drop everything and pick him up from school one day because there's, you know, the problem with the bus or something, or attend a parents' night or a Zoom for school or anything like that. That's really what we wanted, and it's what we've achieved. We also achieved some trips with Clean Easy as well, which was absolutely amazing. And now I'm full-time again in Viva and absolutely loving it. And I had a messenger conversation with Kirsty Burns today, and we were talking about how far we've come over the last 3 years, because basically in business terms, Viva MK really is still a toddler. We're not 3 years old yet, we're still 2.5, we're still in the terrible twos. And you know, that the business is going from leaps and bounds every single day. And Kirsty said she had to refer to last year's garden catalogue for something earlier on today. And she said, it stunned me when I realised that last year's garden catalogue was 8 pages, and look what we did with it. And it's, you know, and I'd forgotten that. I mean, I've still got a couple of them in the house, and it's absolutely true. We sold phenomenal amounts of stuff from that one catalogue last year, when everybody was in lockdown, nobody could go anywhere. And I think that was the point. Everybody was at home in their garden, looking for something to do, to improve their home, their garden, etc. And we brought out a very small range of garden products last year, and look what it did for us. And this year we've got a much bigger range, and it's absolutely flying out the door. I completely, you know, agree with everything Louise has said. And our sales in period 4 were about £2,200, I think we did in period 4, of which about £500 of that was online from Facebook, and another £200 was from the garden catalogue being sent out to a WhatsApp broadcast the very first time I had done it. And we've had £200 worth of orders just from that one broadcast, and the rest of it's been catalogues, 1,600 I think from catalogues, 200 from WhatsApp, and the rest online. Massive mixture, and every day we get a new tool in the toolbox. It's just so exciting. I love it.
Excellent, well done, Kate. What I will say, if you missed that training, it's been posted. Janet and Steve's as well. Janet and Steve used WhatsApp last period, and as I said, they're getting sales now. Kate's used it in the past and just decided to send the broadcast out with the spring, summer,
Yep.
the spring and out, what's it called? The garden and outdoor.
Garden and outdoor, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to call it
outdoor and pets, I think it is.
And pets. I'm really sorry about that, but with that catalogue alone, and that generated £200 in sales. So that's more in the mix. The online, the catalogue, the doorstep presentations Janet mentioned, the WhatsApping, just the catalogue or a product, as Louise said. She's had great success for the daffodils. Is it the daffies or a mixture of both?
It was the yellow ones, but they're not daffodils.
No daffodils. I just seen the yellow ones, but they're lovely.
It's all been yellow ones, yeah.
And Instagram, eBay, there's been a right mixture. Jane, sincere apologies. I was discussing before you came on that I just had the 8 o'clock in my mind. That's what I posted, and I thought some people are going to think it's 8:30. So congratulations on achieving star 4,000. You missed that. I did a short testimonial for you, but since you're here, where can I find your wee face? Hello. Sorry about that. Just instead of doing the opportunity presentation, what we're doing is testimonials tonight, just short testimonials, a bit about your background, but also how you achieve your personal sales and your team.
background, well, as it says there, I was a bank manager. I moved on and was the finance director for a tour operator. And I did thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, I'm now in touch. I'm in touch with several people that I worked with in the bank. And yeah, it was a rarefied atmosphere. We wanted to replace an income. It had nothing to do with me, to be fair. It was Jim's income we wanted to replace because of the hours that Jim worked. And because both of us were fairly tired. We had good incomes. However, Jim also worked shifts, so it meant that every second week, either we didn't use the catalogues or I did it on my own. So I did it on my own, and I found that I quite enjoyed it. However, if you're speaking to anybody and they do decide to go out with catalogues, the very first time I walked up a path was really, really scary for me. I'd never walked up anybody's path that I didn't know. And so to go up a path to a house that I didn't know who was there, and we had to knock on the doors because at that time we didn't have a computer, so we had no way of printing off callback slips. Sorry, I missed you. Thank you for your order. In fact, I don't even think they were in play when we started at first. Like Kate, we were with Clean Easy for a long time. And so we wanted to build it to £2,000 every 4 weeks, and we did that. And Jim stopped working as an HGV driver, and I kept working. And then we swapped because circumstances changed. Now we're retired, and we want to be retired. Well, that's not true. We don't both want to have nothing to do, but we want to have choice, we want to have freedom, because you don't know how much longer that freedom will last. And we want to enjoy the time when we're fit enough to be able to do it. And that's what we do. We choose our time to do what we want to do. I too did a broadcast, Kate, you'd be happy to know. However, I did it to people who used to do Clean Easy with me. I did it to 14. I got 3 replies, and unfortunately, or fortunately, they all knew about Viva MK. When I say unfortunately, I mean no one was surprised. And when I say fortunately, it lets you see fortune is in the follow-up, and they all know what I do. And they all also are part of, well, they are now, of my online shop. So yes, there we go.
Excellent.
Sorry, I took a wee bit longer.
That's okay. Thanks very much, Jane. That was excellent. It was much better than my version.
Well, I deliberately stayed away.
Jeff, you keep popping in and out. While you're here, you want to do a bit short testimonial?
Yeah, I had to take some medication. Yeah, I've had a bit of a struggle this period, to be honest. Let's start at the beginning. I'm a semi-retired engineer. You never retire from being an engineer. You're always an engineer, but I'm not employed as one now. And I'm working Viva MK with Jenny. We've moved up to Hull, 200 miles from where we established a customer base. So we're really starting from the beginning, but with 15 years experience. The last few periods, I've been a Viva Star 500 by week 2. But that didn't happen this week. The area I went to, we just didn't get the orders. I've now got the outdoor and pets catalogue, and that's doing really well. The last order I picked up, 44% of the orders came from that catalogue. So it's really worth having that catalogue in. But I'd got to Viva Star 500 with a few days to go, but I was really looking to get to VIP. So I needed £110 to get to VIP on Monday. And I achieved it. Went round to different people and contacted them, managed to sell one of the fantastic bee displays. Went to a customer I hadn't seen for a little while. She'd been ill, and she saw it. She absolutely loved it. Gave her one of the catalogues, and she said, "There's so many things in this book that I need." Great to hear, isn't it? So we got that done, and yeah, I made VIP by about 30 or 40 pounds. But yeah, really pleased to have achieved that milestone, to go beyond the 500 star and up to the, what is it, 667. So yeah, Janet was encouraging me all the way. Put a few adverts on Facebook and then copied that onto my status. The reason I was doing that is that on my selling group, it's a private group and people can't share that. And my daughter down in Kent said, "Oh, these are lovely products. How can I share them?" I couldn't change the type of group. I couldn't change it from a private back to a general group or an ordinary group. So I started putting things on my status, and I started getting lots and lots of likes. And yeah, managed to sell £110 on the last couple of days. And yeah, I'm VIP again. So that's my 5th qualification. So I'm on the way.
Excellent. Well done, Jeff.
Thank you.
Great story. I'm glad excellent how you pulled out the bag. Before we go to Owen, who's going to tell us a wee bit about him. And Jeff, that was mainly catalogues with you, but sometimes online.
Mainly catalogues, until I realised that I wasn't going to get any more catalogues out. I had been blanket dropping. I'm blanket dropping 2 new areas, but I just needed to get that impetus, and there wasn't the time to get the catalogues out, sterilise and everything. So I in desperation, I went online and got some orders there.
So now what you know what to do. Don't wait until you're desperate.
Yeah.
Deb, you achieved star 300. Well done. Could you just start it back up again? Do you want to share anything how you achieved that? You hear me?
Sorry.
It's Jeff's fault. I don't know if Debs can hear me. Can you hear me, Debs?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard your voice there.
Okay, it's Deb you after, is it?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, Deb.
Yeah, I can. I didn't realise you were speaking to me. Sorry,
I
Lynn.
realised that you knew that it wasn't your name that I had said. I'm just saying you've recently just started to go back out there with VivaMK, and you achieved VivaMK star this period. So well done in that. Is there anything you want to share on how you've achieved that, or about your background or anything at all?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been doing cataloguing and what have you for a long time. Ex-clean easy, as I think many of us are. Had a tough year last year. I lost my partner last year. It's taken me a little while to get my confidence back again. But I got some catalogues out last period, and got some online orders as well. As everybody else has said, the yellow flowers have been very popular. So yeah, it's just making a start again, really, and building from there.
Well done. First step up the rung. Well done. Now we're going to go on. Sorry, Jeff, my brain was going all over the place. Thank you very much for that. That was excellent. That was great feedback on how everybody. So you can see, if you're looking at this, these videos, and looking at the opportunity for the first time, there is lots of different ways, and we have only mentioned the most popular. We could keep on talking about we say that the ways you can sell a product are only limited by your imagination. Owen, are you there? Let me get him in my wee eye line. Let's put on a speaker view just for this wee bit to find Owen. Owen, do you want
to? I'm here.
I just need to get back to gallery to find you. There you are. There you go. First of all, just wee bit about yourself, your background, and and how you got your sales.
So the last 4 weeks, I got my sales mainly through my online group. I think I've got close to, I think it's 450 people in it now, and I probably I know 400 of the people in that group, so that's a really good thing that the connections there already to start with. So, but I recently, actually, in the last 4 weeks, I've noticed people popping up that I don't know, and I've had more orders from people that I've met for the first time in the last 4 weeks than I have in the last year. So that's interesting. I don't know what I'm doing differently I think it's the garden book, that's the reason they've came and placed orders. But yeah, I mainly just do online, and I put catalogues in with our orders, and I get repeat orders. That's what I do. And I work in Scotmid in the local shop part-time. So I do that, and I do Viva part-time, so it works quite well. And you can dip in and out of Viva, like if you need to. If you've got more on, you can do less Viva, but that's not the aim. But it does help if anything does come up that goes wrong. I really have enjoyed it. It's nobody far off a year. Just how you can just change, and the new catalogues are brilliant. They really help. Louise tipped me off about an app called Nextdoor. Don't know if any of you have heard of it.
I'm using
But I got my first 2 sales this week from that. So that they're coming tomorrow to pick that up. So they're picking it up as well.
Ask a
So
question
that's great.
Because the
Say
next
that again.
app, but I will say for the people who don't know, it's actually similar to Facebook, and it's probably connected to Facebook, but it is more localized, which will be particularly good for somebody like Owen and Louise's team who work very, very local and have local customers. But all of us, I know that there's a few in the team also using it. But the question I would ask, because I've only just recently started using it, I don't know what the protocol is. I know about Facebook and Facebook bans and Facebook rules. So I've been very gently dipping my toe in. What did you post to get the sales?
I just put a sales post up for the hose, and then a sales post up for the lights. That's the only 2 things I posted there. And then obviously once I got the sales, I posted more because I thought I could get more here. But strange remind, I thought it would be from my local area. So the split where I live in half. So I'm in the east half of it, and I've invited over 300 people to the east half, because if you invite someone and they join, you get 10 free invitations.
All right.
So I've sent out from the company, they've sent out 300 invitations with my name on it, asking them to join. So I think that's useful to build up your local area. But the person that's ordered for me lives in Edinburgh, which is really strange.
Excellent.
I don't know how that came about.
I think probably we need a wee short training on that, because it works completely different to what I realised about looks like they're helping you. If you invite people into it, then they give you invites to invite more, but they're sending them out. They're
sending it all. They're paying for the
attraction marketing
postage and
for
that.
you. Oh, we need to get more info on that.
So that was one thing. Another thing, I do it, Louise does it, a few other people do it as well. I call them lucky dips. They work well for me. They might not work well for everyone, but since Tuesday, I've took £100 worth of lucky dips. So that's £100 of products that customers have won by paying £1 for a number. So they maybe only work for everyone, but they certainly work for me. I've done them for months now, and I mean, you get ones that you post that maybe didn't go well, but that's just maybe people are not as interested in that product. But certainly £100 in the last 4 or 5 days I've done just on lucky dips.
Wow, there's 2 trainings in one, Nextdoor and also the lucky dips. So I want to take a note of it now, because I will forget.
Louise, was it you who used Nextdoor to offer catalogues as well?
Yeah, I put on a catalogue post initially, and gave out quite a few in my local area to people. Only one person actually that inquired has ordered from me before. But
you've increased awareness, haven't you, in the local area as well? So
yeah, and I put like a sponsoring post out on it as well. I haven't sort of done very much on the sales side. I have been meaning to, but again, it's just timing and everything else that I've had kind of going on this last month. But it certainly works. It is a really, really good app, and I think because it's your immediate area and it's your immediate like villages. Because obviously where I am, there's a lot of new villages round about, and I notice a lot of people responding to ads from there, so it's really, I quite like it actually. It is good. I think, like Owen said, though, you could do quite a lot with it. It's just taking the time to explore it and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing, exploring it, because I will admit I was very tentative because it might be different what area you're in, but mine looks as though it's not very active. I literally get a couple of notifications a day, lost keys. Unfortunately, what I found is that they have no tact on it. Dead cat at end of the street. You know, there's no tact on it. You know, ginger cat deed at the end of the street, and lost keys, lost phones. But I've seen lots of other businesses advertising. So because it looks a bit like Facebook, acts a bit like Facebook, WhatsApp, or these, you know, I'm thinking, is it like WhatsApp and that? Is it owned by Facebook? Is it going to have the same rules? So I was a bit tentative, but after listening to Owen and Louise tonight, and I know that Janet mentioned that she uses it, I'm just going to start posting products because I was feared to get in a ban. That was it, feared to get a ban. I'm going to.
I don't think it's anything like Facebook. I don't think it's anything like
Facebook. It's just a combination of Facebook and.
It's more like a messenger board. It's more like a quick messenger board for your local community. I mean,
I do agree.
Categories on it, but it's nothing like Facebook has in the whole friends side.
Yeah, I agree with that.
People can't see, you know what I mean? So it's
I totally agree with that. It's not like Facebook. Here's your profile. Here's your picture. Here's what dinner. It is more like a message board. But can you see what I mean? When it reminds me, all of these things, is it owned by Facebook? Was my major fear, which I might just Google. Oh, and we'll go back to you because you put a wee competition in last period. Oh, I didn't mean the Connect 4. Do you want to
Connect 4? Yeah, so we've had since the 8th of April. That feels like quite a while, but it was just how it worked out. So you can sell the products that are in each square. You can get a line down the way, across the way, or even diagonal by selling the products in that square. Some lines are more difficult than others. I made it that way. So I thought the products that are harder to sell, I would put them in certain orders, but there is a couple of lines on there that I thought, they could easily sell, and I did sell one of the lines that I made easier, so I was quite happy with that. That one with the fly screen, the hose, the fairy, and the weed killer. I thought that was quite an easy line to sell because they're great products at good prices.
Excellent, well done. It's a well thought out idea. And just to give you an example, in case you're still a bit like me and slow, so a line across, a line down, anyway, any line. You can one line.
I think we had 4 corners included in that one as well, didn't we?
4 corners are included.
I think I did, aye.
Now this is what Kate posted. This was Kate just getting. I'm taking it. The rainbows are all the one that you've.
The rainbows are the ones I had. Now, actually, I've also sold the pet hair remover thing, which is on the 3rd line. But I sold that before the competition started, and I've also sold a peacock before the competition started. I didn't count them because it was before Owen announced the competition. But yeah, so I've had fun with that. I really have had fun.
But the reason I'm showing you Kate's one, I thought the rainbows was just so you could visualise it. She's got a line there going down the left-hand side. She's got a line going across the second for the bottom. The bottom one, she didn't manage to get the clean sweep back after that wee kitty bowl. I sold that. My DPD delivery is still not here. So it's 2 lines you managed to get there, Kate. Well done. So we'll start with Kate as a starting point. Did anybody get more than 2 lines or 4? So the 4 corners with 2 lines. Anybody get more than Kate? If you've not done it, you have to do the exercise right now.
I think Angela got a line the very first day. I think it was launched.
Well done, Angela. I know she watches these later if she doesn't manage on.
I got a line.
Yeah,
I thought you did, Amanda. Yeah.
You get Amanda, Nigel.
I've got the top line and the first line on the left. In fact, there's only 3 products on there that we haven't sold.
There's only 3 you've not sold. So how many lines have you got though? And the 4 corners count too.
No, I haven't sold a cat bowl. That's the only one of the corners I've missing, but 2 full lines. Yeah, 2 full lines.
So it's neck and neck with Kate. Can anybody exceed on 2 full lines or even a full house?
How did you go on, Fiona?
Fiona there?
No, not hugely with this actually, but I think probably at the beginning of the competition I didn't have the garden catalogue in, so I'm probably a bit behind on that. I've sold what 4 products off the board, but not in a line, sadly.
No, well done anyway. Well done. That was a great idea, Rowan. Thank you so much for all
Yeah,
these.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you for doing that.
And he's promised us another one. He's going to launch it. Did you say
Wednesday.
next Wednesday?
Yeah,
Do
I'll get my thinking cap on.
You're going to hate me for asking you this publicly, but you know, just what you were explaining a little bit there about the next door. Do you think you could put together 5 or 10 minutes a wee bit more detailed for us for the next Wednesday webinar?
Yeah, I could look into doing a couple of bits.
Yeah, because you see, I know a lot more about it than myself.
I could put together screenshots because I suppose other people have not even heard of it yet, so I could do.
Yeah, plus I didn't really understand that the more you invite people, the more they actually put your name out there. So there's quite a lot.
Yeah, well, the only reason I found that out, someone came up to me in the shop and saying, I got your letter. And I'm like, what is this woman talking about? I got your letter. And she says, oh, I to join that group, Preston Pans East. And I'm like, oh, so they must actually, I've put my name out to 300 people saying Owen has invited you to Preston Pans East. So I thought that was quite good if people know your name.
So how many
they're actually writing to people then by post?
Yeah. So it's at the top. There's a wee button. You click it, and then but you can only get the invites if one person accepts your invite to join the group.
Right.
You'll get 10 invites. So I've occurred 300 invites. 3 people joining.
They're not getting it posted by letterbox, or they're getting it posted.
No, by letterbox.
Letterbox.
Yeah, by the postman. So I don't know how that works because that's quite costly for the company, but I'm assuming it's.
There must be an ultimate reason why they're doing that, though.
Well, I see companies pay for adverts.
Advertising. Right. That's what I was thinking, Kate.
So they're getting adverts paid.
Which is absolutely fine. They'll be
sure
making money somewhere along the way.
More. Louise, maybe you could help as well. We research into some of the background of it.
Louise has been doing it a bit as well. Anybody who wants to contribute to that bit, Louise, I was going to ask as well, so hopefully we can get something. What I love about that is I was probably wrong, Louise. You're right. I know you're right. It looks completely different to Facebook, but there were so many similarities. I had warning bells thinking, oh my God, this is Facebook. Can we go and just splatter it? Do we need to learn it first? So thank you for that information, both of you. And we'll look into that further. But I can't believe they're sending stuff by post. You sure it wasn't your customer that made the mistake?
No, because I've had other people
they do
with the
send
letters.
stuff by post. I've seen that, but I need to look. I'm going to look into that though, actually, because I don't know if you've seen it, Owen, but there was a message on it the other week there from a man in Longniddry, an elderly man, and they'd sent letters out with his name on them, and he knew nothing about it, and he was horrified, absolutely horrified, that they'd sent letters out with his name because he didn't want to be known as promoting this app, and they sent it to like all his neighbours and everything. So again, he's maybe not using it for a business point of view, so I do get what you're saying. From a business point of view, it works in our favour because it's somebody doing something on our behalf. But I just think we need to find out more about the content of these letters.
That would maybe have GDPR implications as well, because people have to give permission to be contacted as well.
I know.
So
I was thinking it was done. We will look into that. In the short term, though, that aside, because I agree with Louise, I was actually thinking they were posting and they were basically just spreading a big internet advert to other people that they had and expanding your area for it. You know, whether the people who are logged in, I was quite shocked to hear it was actually by post. But in the meantime, there's still lots of advantages posting their products and getting sales and building up local.
Can I ask a question, please? Either of you who have Louise used it for catalogues, Owen's used it for sales. Is there a facility within that app to speak to somebody privately so that they're going to order something from you? Is there a private messenger type of thing?
Yeah.
Yes, because when I put out the catalogue request, they message me privately with their addresses.
Right. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So I need to go back to all them actually because it's been on my to-do list for a couple of weeks. But as you know, it's just basically trying to get through my work and coming home, and afternoons are spent in my bed just now. But yeah, I need to go back to all of them and send them garden catalogues because they asked for the catalogues just a couple of weeks before, and I didn't want to hang up and wait, so I put out what I had. So I now need to go back to them with the garden ones. But yeah, I'll hopefully get a bit of time this weekend to sit and muck about with that app a wee bit because it has been on my agenda.
Sounds pretty good, but I would be a bit wary of companies sending out named and addressed letters to people, that haven't given permission for it. That's it might have a GDPR implication. So, but then I suppose you could use it without you having to do that.
Well, it's just as only if you invite people. There's loads of other benefits there, but it might. I mean, I think if it's done from a business point of view, they would have to have given the app their address. Because I deliberately just put Muirston Trail on mine because I don't want my address to be public. But a lot of people have put their addresses on it, so they've given the people in that app their address. So
but if you're inviting people, presumably what Owen's talking about, you invite people to join the app, so they don't already have their details on that app.
No, I just go on my map and it shows you my house.
No, but
and then
people, what they're doing, no, it's not these
houses round about.
They're sending it to people who are on the app. They're sending the letter to people who are on the app. So what I'm saying is the people who have joined the app who are getting the letter, they had to have put their full address in when they joined the app.
Yeah, what letter are they getting then? If they're already on it, what's the point in writing to them?
Because they're writing to them to invite them to join your group.
No.
That's what Owen said, I thought.
No. I got the impression you meant inviting people to join the app.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, they're right into your neighbourhood. They're right into your neighbourhood or your area to get them to join the app. There's no details of your group because they don't necessarily know that. It's your immediate sort of neighbourhood neighbours and stuff like that. Which is why this old guy in Longnidry had been horrified that all his neighbours were getting asked to join this app with his name on the list.
I think I agree with both of you. Look into that part of it further. That part's only relevant if you want to start inviting people into it, which we won't do. We'll just join individually and not invite anybody at the moment, but we will investigate. I'll probably edit this wee bit out, the actual training. So we'll end the training as normal, but I'll probably edit this wee bit out. But we will. Thanks for pointing out that, because you know me, I was gung ho. Oh, they're giving everybody posts. I thought they were doing it online, but worthwhile checking it out and still not ruling that out. Do you know what I mean? If we do it from a business point of view, it's certainly something that I'm interested in looking at further. But while these will stop share. Congratulations. This is where I'll probably edit it. Start the editing from, though the editor's been playing up, as you know. But congratulations, everybody. Thanks so much for all the wonderful testimonials. You have done a fantastic job. And I think since Owen did that wonderful Connect thing for us and explained it so wonderfully and got us all playing that great wee game, well done to the winners there. Who was had the 2 lines, Kate and... Was it Janet and Steve?
Right, okay.
Well done to you guys. Look forward to your next competition. Owen, I'll let you close the meeting for us if you don't mind.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Another great period just ended. Next week, Wednesday, 8:15, is it?
Yeah.
8:15 next Wednesday for a Wednesday webinar. get the products listed this weekend. Try a wee lucky dip. Just a small product, maybe £15 and 15 numbers. I'm sure everyone could sell 15 numbers. Even try it on your own timeline. That would be a change. Get people into your group, but get the products out there and have another great week.
Excellent. Thanks very much. And
Yep, thanks everybody.
See you all next Wednesday.
Have a fantastic period 5. See you soon.
Yep, have a fantastic
Bye.
period 5. I'm going to go quickly because I have something I've got to do. See you all later. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.